Hey kids, welcome back to String Cheese and Applesauce, where today we're going to do a build of this Lego Friends Heartlake High set. The set is number 41005, comes with 487 pieces, age range is 6 to 12 years old. So should be a pretty easy little build. These Friends sets are really cool. They have a bunch of non-standard colors, I guess you would say. They're starting to become more and more I guess accessible, since all the Friends sets use a lot of the similar colors. But when these first started coming out, it came with a lot of different colors in standard brick pieces. So it's going to be a lot of common pieces. There's probably not going to be too much new stuff as far as parts, except for the fact that there are going to be parts that are in different colors. So this set came out in 2013, so this is 2014 when I'm recording this, so I'm about a year behind, but hey, you know, I'm just now getting around to building it. Actually, I think I got this on clearance somewhere anyway, so I didn't get it in 2013. I probably got it just about a month ago anyway. But either way, let's go ahead and build it. So if you don't have this set yet, you may be running out of time to get it, unless you want to pay a premium on eBay or something, which is I don't recommend at all. So we've got contents emptied out. Let's see, empty. We have a loose plate. We have another loose plate. And we have, another loose plate. So we've got 3 plates that are just loose in there. They're not in bags. We've got 2 instruction books that are folded over inside of the box. And then I see there's also a pretty big sticker sheet that's in there. Sticker sheet is pretty cool. It's all school related stickers. Now, I normally don't put stickers on my sets, mainly because whenever I take the sets apart and put them in my sorting or my storage trays, if I ever want to use these pieces for something else that's not related to this set, I find it a lot easier if it doesn't have the stickers on them to be able to be using them on something else. So let's see, instruction book 1 and instruction book 2. So this is going to be a 2-part video. The first part is going to be focusing on everything in instruction book number 1. So sit back and relax. This shouldn't take too long. So let's just get right into it. Why continue to talk? So we've got bag 3, we've got a bag 4, a bag 1, which is what we're going to start with, and of course there's bag number 2. I'll move all the other bags off to the side, move those big plates off to the side, and let's get bag 1 open. So in bag 1 we have a brick separator. That's probably my 100th one I have. We have minifigure legs and torsos. Actually, 1 leg in an individual bag, 1 leg not in an individual bag, and then 2 torsos in their own little individual bags. Hairpiece, a head. I'm pulling all the minifigure stuff off to the side because we know that's what we're going to build first. Then we have the little bag inside of the big bag. Not many pieces in this little bag, but I do see the other hairpiece I was looking for, and another head, some bows. All right. So these little bags are pretty neat because they come perforated. Try to zoom in so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. You can probably see it right there. There's little dots. It's perforated. So it makes this bag a little easier to open. You see, you can kind of grab both sides and start to pull, and it actually rips right there on that perforation. and then you can slide the legs out. So I know some of the first Friends sets that started coming like this didn't have those perforations in them, and you went to open it and the bag just stretched. So it was like pulling a piece of bubble gum. It never really opened the bag, it just stretched it out. So they've made it extremely easier to access the contents of these bags now. Our first figure is going to be Stephanie, I believe. Yes, this is Stephanie. And she's one of the main characters in Heartlake. If you have a lot of Friends sets, you probably have a lot of Stephanies. So they have a lot of different outfits. So this outfit is the teacher's outfit. Kind of has this vest over a pink undershirt. It's got this purple skirt, wearing some purple and pink shoes. Of course, the blonde hair, nothing printed on the back, and of course a single printed face. The hair is the kind of the squishy, rubbery kind of hair. So it's kind of stiff in some places, like right here, like the sideburn pieces. You can see I can bend those and they don't break because it's that rubbery material. And it's got little holes, one there on the side, one on the top, that you can put the hair accessories. So that's Stephanie. And then we have Matthew. Matthew is one of the few male figures in Heartlake. Heartlake is dominated with female figures, but not only is Matthew a male figure, but he's also looks like some sort of I don't know if you can pick a race, but some sort of Hispanic race, or maybe a race from Africa or India, some kind of Asian, who knows, but he's got the darker skin. So it's cool that it's a little bit diversified too. Not only is it a male, but it's a different skin tone male. A lot of the Friends sets are typically the flesh color. This just happens to be a darker flesh color, which we have plenty of them in real life. I mean, that's what's cool. You know, there was a big debate about there's not enough female minifigures, and you've got this whole line of Friends that's pretty much all female minifigures. It's like, what, you know, I don't know. I think Lego does a pretty good job at keeping the mix of male to female and, you know, different ethnicities pretty well diversified. But also keep in mind that it is a kid's toy, and you know, kids don't see skin color the way a lot of adults do. You know, it's all just humans to them. So there's our bike. So the bikes are pretty cool, but here's what's not cool about them. The bikes are originally designed for actual minifigures. So if you take let me grab a minifigure I have sitting over here. Don't mind that it's Spider-Man or anything. But if you take a minifigure, standard minifigure, their arms and their hands will actually twist and rotate and clip onto that bike. So you can see how Spider-Man here is gripping onto this bike. Well, if you take him off and replace him with a Friends doll, mini doll, their hands don't twist. They're always in this upright position, kind of up and down position. So there's no way that these Friends dolls can hold on to the bike. You know, they're more or less just kind of sitting there enjoying the ride. So that's kind of unfortunate, but the bikes are still cool. I like the bikes. So that's our first little mini build. Say bye to Spider-Man. He's out of here. The next little mini build is going to be a basketball goal. So it's basically the playground equipment is what we're building. Using a couple Technic pieces. And we have the backboard right there. The 20 times 2 large basketball net. And there it goes. And it does come with a little basketball? Soccer ball? It's supposed to be a basketball, but zoom in on here. Let me see if it focuses on it or not. Focus. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it actually has the little hexagon patterns of a soccer ball. But it's colored like a basketball. So you see it easily falls through that hoop. I mean, this hoop is 10 times too big. And you can see also in the instructions, see it's got that little pattern on the ball. That looks like a soccer ball. All right, so that's our second little sub build. So we have the bike. We have a soccer ball hoop. Now we're going to build a picnic table, maybe? Maybe so. We have some purple benches. We have a laptop computer. This may be the very first time I've actually gotten this laptop computer, this little accessory. It looks real similar to the books that they make. See the way it folds over? Kind of has the look of a book. But you can see there's a little circle there. It's usually where the electronics logo goes, and it actually does say Lego on it, and then it has a little clip in there that holds it together. And you open it up, it's got a little laptop, so it's got this little molded keyboard and then kind of a semi-glossy screen there. So the laptop is shown just sitting on the in the instruction book, it's just shown sitting on the little picnic table there. So that is accessory number 3. So we had a bike, a soccer ball hoop, and a table with a laptop on it. So let's go to accessory number 4. What could this be? Well, I see the makings of a little sink here. That kind of probably giving it away a little bit as to what we could be building. And now we have the makings of a lavatory. Some people call it a commode or a toilet. Call it what you will, but there it is. a door. All right, so there we go. There's our little outhouse. This basically just has a door with a little mini roof overhang thing there. And if you look inside, you have a little bitty sink, and then you have a little toilet. Now it's a little cramped in there. You see, as you open the door, you barely have any room to walk your little minifigure around to get to the sink, but I'm sure it serves its purpose okay. Let's see if I can get a figure in there. Yeah. See, it fits in there just fine. And then, well, like I said, it's tight, but we can get him in here, maybe. There we go. So we can get him in there using the sink as well. So there we go. Let's give him a little privacy. We've got 4 extra pieces from bag number 1. I almost said bag number 4, but no, it's 4 extra pieces from bag number 1. A bow, a Technic piece, a stud, and a extra little sink piece. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to bag number 2. Similar to bag number 1, number 2 has all the big pieces in a bag by itself. We have some more minifigure pieces. Scoot that to the side. And then we have the small bag. And the small bag obviously contains the small pieces. There we go. So this figure that we're going to build is Miss Stevens. Miss Stevens is one of the instructors at Heartlake High. We all know that, right? So Miss Stevens is wearing a long skirt, a nice professional looking blouse. She's wearing glasses and has a short haircut. It's actually a pretty cool little haircut. I like that. And she's holding this gold medallion piece in her hand for some reason. Not sure what that represents yet. I'll have to figure that out in a minute. Let's zoom in and check Miss Stevens out. So you can see the long skirt already. You can see the cool little glasses and the nice clean haircut. And then this round tile. Not sure what that's for. No printing on the back. The little bit of printing on the front is just on the torso, and you can see it's just showing the outfit. So not a bad figure at all. I think the highlight of this one is definitely the hairpiece. I like that kind of clean hairpiece. So we've got, in this bag, we're going to start with the big base plate that came loose in the box. So we're really going to just start getting into the main building now. So the first bag was some minifigures and some accessory structures. Now this is what we came for. This is the Heartlake High. So I'm just gonna kind of blow through this pretty quickly. I'm gonna show you any interesting techniques as we get there, or maybe something that may be a little confusing that you need a little clarity on. But for the most part, it looks like it's just going to be a lot of brick stacking. So I don't want to waste too much time trying to explain what everything is going on. So right now, these Technic pins that are going on the side of these bricks, these are, this high school is going to be built in modules, and it's going to allow us to connect the modules to each other, and that's what those pins are for. You'll be able to connect each one, and I don't know if you noticed or not, but on the little outhouse thing, it has those little pinholes, and they line up exactly with these pins that we put there, so you can just snap it right on there. So all the little pieces or the sections of this high school are going to be just like that, and we'll look at that in our second video on how modular this is. Black. Oh, there it is. It was hiding. It was hiding from me. You ever have bricks hide from you? It's like you're digging and digging and digging. Can't find them. Then you go back to where you just were, and there it is. And you say, how did I not see that before? It was right there the whole time. Figure out what part of the school this is. There's a little cash register here. This may be the cafeteria. Yep, we've got some sub sandwiches. There's a sub on white, and here's a sub on wheat. We've got our orange juice container, which does have the orange thing printed on there. So that's one drink choice, and then we have our carton of milk, which also has the printed milk on them. So there's a couple printed pieces in this little sub build. You can see right there, we've got our orange juice and our milk. And then we have our cash register, which is also printed. And then there's a little window there showing the sub sandwiches. Turn it around a little bit. One door, and then the opposite door. These doors, sometimes they're a little tricky to pop in the frame. But once you get them in there, they stay pretty well. So you can see we've got our 2 front doors there now. This dark navy blue color for these bricks is not too common. Not bad. It's coming together. Supposed to be a sticker on there that says high school. I'm not putting it on there. It's not the way I roll. Now we've got some flowers. Go right in the middle. These flowers can be a little tricky to put on also. There we go. Now we're building some lockers. That's pretty cool. Start with this plate. Once again, these lockers are supposed to have stickers on them. I think it's going to work without them, to be honest with you. I think it's going to look like lockers. Okay. So there's our lockers. That's interesting. It's got the doors as if they're going to be lockers, but when you open them up, it's actually, you can access both lockers. It's almost like a double door locker. Although in real life, lockers only one door accesses one compartment only. So these lockers go right there. And they show the instructions to go ahead and attach our little outhouse or our restroom right there. So that concludes bag number 2, and it also concludes instruction book number 1. So let's look at the extra pieces from bag number 2. It's basically a cheese slope, some studs, a Technic pin, and another little flower assembly, or extra assemblies. So typical leftover pieces from any bag. So like I said, here, let's go ahead and show you everything that was done in the first instruction book. So we have 3 minifigures, a table, a bike, a soccer ball hoop, and the main entry to the high school. So that's it for part number 1. Make sure to check back tomorrow and see part number 2, or if you're watching this some other time, see part number 2. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up if you like what you saw, and check us out on Instagram, String Cheese and Applesauce, and we will catch you tomorrow.